Welcome everyone to our second live stream. I'm Paulina, CEO and co-founder of Spakinect, and I'm here with Alain, also co-founder of Spakinect, and my husband.
Hey everybody. Wait a second. What am I doing upstairs? I'm coming down. This is stupid.
Okay. Well, while he's coming downstairs, we also have Tiffany here. She's our moderator. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. Tiffany will be happy to help and make sure that we get all of your questions answered. As a reminder, we are here to celebrate.
So much better.
We are here to celebrate our sweepstakes. We are giving away 1 year of free good faith exams with Spakinect, valued at $10,000. We have never done anything like this before, and it is incredibly exciting that one of you is going to win this prize. We also have 2 additional prizes. Second prize is an annual subscription to Aesthetic Sales Hero for you and up to 4 of your colleagues, plus a $1,000 credit to use Spakinect services during the year. That's a $6,000 value. Then we have a third prize, which is a microneedling pen and post-procedure lotion from Dr. PRP, plus a $500 credit to use Spakinect services as well. That is a $3,000 value. So there are some incredible prizes that you all can earn, and I cannot wait to see who is going to win these prizes. Don't forget to stay tuned till the end of this live to make sure you get the code word that you will enter to get your points for watching this live today.
Just think a little.
Yeah,
there we go.
There we go.
So much better.
So today we're going to talk to you a little bit about the story behind the launch of Spakinect. Why did we start it? Why are we here? Why are you here listening to us talk about why we're here? What are the problems that we solve? What are the values that we have as a company? And what is some of the common misconceptions that people have about using a service like Spakinect? Mm-hmm. So let's get right into it. First off, I have a question for all of you. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the regulations in this industry? Drop a comment in the chat if you have, because if you ask me, it is very overwhelming. Every state has different regulations.
And they change all the time.
They change all the time. It can get super confusing.
Very much so.
But that's why we're here. So let's talk about, why did we start Spakinect?
Oh, well, to solve a problem.
And what problem is that?
So first off, this is a little weird for us because usually we're not on the same screen talking to our industry. Yeah. This is the first time. It's true. So back in 2012, I was sitting down reading an article in the Ventura County Star. This is where I was living at the time. And the article was talking about a doctor and a nurse who were arrested because they decided to treat a patient without getting the prior authorization. Arrested, which I thought was absurd. The technology, the process existed. I don't know why someone would take a chance and have a patient treated without making sure all their boxes were checked. And at that time, I had developed a software that did some of the same things that we're currently doing right now. And I saw it as an opportunity. I talked to Paulina. I'm like, listen, we got to get into this because it is ridiculous to have. It's ridiculous to have that hanging over your head, the threat of arrest due to the fact that you don't have a patient examined.
And I'm an RN myself by trade. So when we started Spakinect, this was really, really important to me because I had just gotten my license. And so having to see other RNs, other nurses getting arrested, getting their license taken away after they've worked so hard to obtain that license was really heartbreaking for me. And so personally, it was a passion of mine to make sure that we created something that solved the problem.
Absolutely. And as a business owner, you invest so much time and capital starting this business to find yourself in a situation where the medical board has come in and they put you on lockdown. They basically say, okay, now we're going to examine every aspect of your business and look through everything because of one thing that you chose not to do. And we said, we can solve this problem.
Yep. And we had a friend who was a physician who also was investigated by the medical board around this time, and ended up surrendering his license because of all the scrutiny that he was put through, and the money and the time that he lost going through this investigation. And that's one thing that I always love telling our clients and talking about, because I don't think it's talked about enough. But these investigations can happen on a whim. They can happen from anonymous complaints, and the boards have the authority to look through every aspect of your practice. And from all of the attorneys I speak to, one of the most common reasons why people are investigated is because they aren't doing good faith exams. So that's why we created Spakinect, to solve the issue of the compliance of not being adhered to, right? Mm-hmm. But also giving people a way that was cost effective to offer this to their patients by outsourcing it to us.
In an accountable and standardized way.
Yep, exactly. Personally, I also love the fact that what we do for clients not only supports their compliance needs, but it allows them the freedom to thrive. And this is something that we talk about a lot. It is the ethos of Spakinect. It is what we offer to our clients. Yes, we provide virtual good faith exams, but more importantly, we offer you the freedom to thrive. And we do that through allowing you to lessen the burden of the administrative headaches, the making sure you're staying up to date with all of the regulations, and outsourcing your good faith exams. That's one less thing you have to do. For me, I'm a mom. I'm a business owner. I also want to have a social life. I also like to spend time with my husband.
Okay.
And the only way I've been able to do that is to outsource some of these tasks in the day-to-day that don't have to be done by me. And so I'm really proud that we can offer this to our clients, a solution that gives them that freedom to thrive, gives them that time back.
Absolutely. And it's so incredibly important when you are operating a business to do something that generates the practice money, that enables you to continue to grow. And by shifting this model to an outsourced environment, it gives you that freedom. It gives you the ability to pack your schedule, to make your money, to do what you do best.
We talked about this on the last
Did
slide.
we?
Yes, we did.
Treat your patients, for goodness sakes. That's why you got into this industry.
100%. So how do we allow people the freedom to thrive? We have the values you see up here. These are the values that set Spakinect apart. This is the reason why people come to Spakinect and use our service. We have the most top tier experienced providers. They are all aesthetically trained. They go through a rigorous training program before becoming a provider at Spakinect. So we maintain and establish really high standards for our providers because they act as an extension of your team. They are one of your providers as well. So what Chris, our client relationship executive, what he always loves to say is that you're not hiring us as a vendor. You're not hiring us even as a partner. You are hiring 22 nurse practitioners to your practice who are going to be there for you 7 days a week. And that's exactly what we do. We are here when you need us. We have unmatched service times. We are answering calls on average within 2 minutes. And you guys,
I don't know any other healthcare system that can do that.
No, I mean, it's incredibly fast. I mean, you cannot get any sort of, visit from a provider, even Teledoc, right? It's not that fast, but
it's not fast at all. What are you talking about?
So it's incredible. If you think about the time, 2 minutes, it goes by like that, right? It's really, really, really fast. Extension of your team. Like I was saying, we operate as an extension of your med spa. We offer a best-in-class patient experience. Our providers do this day in and day out, and they love it. They're happy to be here. They're happy to be talking to your patients. They look your patients eye to eye, even virtually, right? So we always talk about establishing that eye connection, just establishing a connection with that person on the other line and making sure that we get one positive interaction. You might be complimenting the patient on something they're wearing, but we always love to establish that personal connection, and it makes patients feel like they can trust and they can open up a little bit more. We also will evaluate for multiple treatments in a visit. So that's really helpful for practices who you might have a new patient coming in for Botox, but hey, that patient might also in 3, 6, 9 months want to get some other treatments that you have there. So we always like to evaluate for multiple treatments at once so that you guys don't have to send a patient back to us. We've already evaluated the patient for all the treatments that you offer there at your practice. And then, you can strategically build a more comprehensive treatment plan along the line for that patient. So, quick question for all of you who are on here today. Have you used telehealth before? Have you used it in some way? Have you used it in your practice? Maybe you're doing it already in your practice.
I just used Teledoc.
Yeah.
It was not short.
Let us know in the chat. What's your experience with telehealth? We'd love to know. Next, I do want to talk through some of these misconceptions because I feel like when we talk to clients, there are some of these most common misconceptions that we hear, and I'm going to throw them out here right now so that we can just address them head on, right? So you guys don't have to wonder these questions you might be wondering, and other people have them as well. So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about the first one. Virtual GFEs are not as thorough as in-person evaluations. Well, that is a misconception. And it's because we ask the same questions that a provider would ask a patient if they were physically in the same location. These are evaluations. We are talking to you, the patient, or your patients as clients, to ensure that we check all the boxes, dot all the I's, cross all the T's, make sure that the patient experience is taken care of and that it's documented appropriately and that you get those documents in real time. We are incredibly thorough with our evaluations, just as thorough, if not more, of when you're in person with a physician, nurse practitioner, or physician assistant.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That's right.
Misconception number 2, I hear this one. Virtual GFEs are too complicated for my staff or my patients. This one is pretty...
I understand it.
Yeah, I think this to me, I feel like I understand the most. And I'll tell you why, because every time I have to integrate a new technology, I always have a little twinge of anxiety about, how hard is this going to be to learn, right? So it's new. I get it. We understand it. And our staff is 100% ready for these types of conversations to tell you, help you understand how easy it is. And I think that's the beauty of having these discovery calls is as soon as you see it live, people are floored, right? They can't believe that, oh my gosh, it's this easy, right? You download our app, that's easy. You put in your patient data, date of birth, name, what treatments are they getting, and you press enter. And within 2 minutes, you have a provider who's talking to your patient, consulting them, and then submitting that treatment note into your portal in real time. So you see it. So all of that can happen in less than 5 minutes. It's really fast, you guys, and it's super, super easy.
Yeah, and I get it. I mean, the older we get, the less I understand technology. So I completely understand that when you are trying to adapt a new technology into your practice, it's scary at first. It shouldn't be, not with us.
Mm-hmm. All right, next, how would you answer this misconception? Virtual GFEs won't hold up during a compliance audit.
I think it's the same thing as the first misconception. I think that when a compliance audit comes in, they're looking for the documentation that is appropriate for the patient that was treated within your practice. Mm-hmm. That documentation is thoroughly delivered to you in real time the moment we have completed the evaluation with that particular patient. So in any type of audit, they're going to ask for that patient's medical record. Part of that patient's medical record is the Spakinect GFE evaluation document.
Yep. How many clients of ours have been investigated by the medical board?
A number.
That we know of.
We know of a number.
More that we don't know of, I'm sure. But we have over 800 clients. We've been in business for almost 13 years. We have seen a lot. Yeah. We have seen so many clients be investigated. I mean, you guys, I could talk about this all day. And I'm sure as well for Alain, right? We've seen it all. And every single time a client's been investigated by the board and they submit our contract, they submit the records from our providers, they are always dismissed, right? There's never been anything to come of an investigation where a client was using Spakinect that we know of, right?
In reference to good faith evaluations.
Correct. If you're doing something else,
that's your problem.
Can't help you. Maybe in the future, but right now, what we can offer you is the virtual good faith exams to make sure all of your patients have an HMP, they have an order for treatment, and then your RNs or your on-site tech can carry out those treatments. So like I said earlier, this is like number one reason why a lot of med spas are investigated. And so this misconception, not true. Our process, our documentation, our clients have held up through multiple board investigations. That goes for medical board and nursing board. Next one.
Oh, I love this one.
Yes. Why don't you talk about this one?
Virtual GFEs take too long and will disrupt my clinic's workflow. Yes. As I'm getting older, it is more difficult for me to use technology.
It's true.
I don't know what's happening. I honestly don't. But it does not. You fit this into your process. Because from the beginning to the end, most evaluations, depending on comorbidities and contraindications, will take between 5 to 7 minutes. 5 to 7 minutes is the same amount of time that you would take evaluating your own patient within your practice physically. So incorporating a telehealth model into your practice does not disrupt the clinic's workflow. In fact, because we have it enhances it. Because we have a home visit portion to the service, that patient can be seen prior to them coming into the practice.
Ding, 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 ding.
So therefore, there is no disruption. Instead, it's actually more fluid due to the fact that you have the documentation that you need to perform the treatments on the patients.
That's right.
Before they come in.
High five.
High five.
All right. Yeah. Next question, or next misconception. It is virtual GFEs aren't personal or patient focused. And I say that is not true.
Hogwash.
Yeah. Let me tell you why. Our providers,
I just dated myself.
You did. Our providers do this all day, every day, you guys. It takes a unique type of person to be able to do this all day, every day as well, because you're talking nonstop. So what I found is that we have gotten really, really good at understanding how to elicit the right information, like I was talking about earlier, and making sure that we're connecting with those patients right away. Because as you can imagine, right, some patients may feel a bit unsure about, who is this person on an iPad or an iPhone that I'm talking to? And so part of our core mission is we have to establish that patient-provider connection right away, right up front, so that patient is really comfortable and able to actually open up and discuss their medical history with this, provider on the other end of the screen that they haven't met before. So I feel really certain when I tell clients that you will be so surprised by how much of a connection that we can establish with the patient in a virtual environment, because this is exactly what we are trained to do.
And all of our providers are, I was going to say trained, you took my word, but thank you, are trained to match the energy of the patient within the computer screen. So if someone is not feeling very secure, then the provider knows how to be compassionate and understanding and lead into some of the questions that might make them feel a little uncomfortable, which are incredibly important to have that defensible medical record, that GFE exam document within your own medical record. So our providers, they do this, like Paulina said, all day long. They know, they can feel it, they understand it. That's why we are the best in the industry.
All right. High five.
Number two. We'll do that 3 times, guys. Three. All
right, you guys. So look, the leaderboard has seen a lot of movement in the last 2 days since we launched on Monday.
3 year of GFEs does that, doesn't it?
It is wild. So after this live and after each of our lives, we are going to share our leaderboard to our Instagram stories. So make sure you're already following us, which I'm sure you are, because you've already entered the contest. And make sure that you're looking for our stories so you can see who's in those top tiers, right? We want to tag the front runners. So I hope to see your names up there. All right, let's take a little Q&A. What do you think?
I think so.
Let's see if anybody has questions for us.
We're good at answering questions.
Yes. And if your question isn't answered or asked today, or maybe you're watching this on a replay and you have a question, you can always go to the FAQ section of our website. So you go to spakinect.com/contest-FAQ, and these are the most commonly asked questions you can find there. But I'm curious to hear from you guys. What are some of your biggest challenges when it comes to compliance? What are you struggling with right now? Let me hear. And do you just have any questions for Alain or me?
I'm a cool guy.
All right, let's see. I think we have a couple already. Can employees of the same...
I want the next one.
Okay. Right. Can employees of the same med spa enter and compete against each other? Absolutely. Absolutely. We love a good inter-office competition. So yes, absolutely.
And then the second one here, oh, see, my eyes are going too. This is getting bad. How will the winner be chosen and when will they be notified? That's a very good question. So the winner will be chosen at random by our contest software. Yes. The winner will be drawn at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. I'm reading this, by the way.
You're like the lady on the phone that you used to dial when you find what time is it?
Or a movie? Oh,
yeah.
It is 11:59 p.m. And that will be on January 27th of this year, of course. We'll attempt to notify the winner on the 28th.
That'll be me. I'm going to try to call you, winner, by the phone and get in touch with you by email.
And then
if you do win, then we want to have you on our Instagram or our live where we stream on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We want to have you on that live with me so that we can talk, we can celebrate, we can announce this exciting thing that you won the grand prize. So mark your calendars, make sure you are around on the 28th to join us live when we announce the winner, because it could be you. Okay, looks like we have one more question here. How does Spakinect ensure compliance with state-specific regulations for med spas? My goodness, that is a great question. How do we ensure compliance with state-specific regulations?
A lot of work.
So much work.
A lot of work. A lot of attorneys.
So much
a lot
work.
of attorneys.
So much. We spend so much on attorneys. We should just become an attorney.
New business. Yeah, we do our homework. We make sure that we understand any new legislation that is coming down the pipeline, any new medical board rulings that are coming out. We keep our ear to the ground. And then we run all those by our law firm to ensure that we get the best appropriate answer to act as quickly as possible, because time is money. And when things are changing, it's happening fast. And we want to make sure that all of our clients are protected, that we're offering the most accountable and safest service within their state.
Yep, that's exactly right. We spend a lot of time with our attorneys making sure that we are, one, up to date with everything that's going on, and that we are making sure that our SOPs, our policies and protocols are supporting you in the best way that you need for your state, which, isn't it so lovely? We have so many different regulations in all of our 50 states.
And we're even going to see our attorneys tomorrow night, right?
We are. Yeah. We're in Dallas. All right. So let's just talk about what's next.
All right.
You guys, contest page. Make sure you are registered for the contest. Make sure that you are sticking around to hear the code word that you need to enter to get your points for watching this live today.
What is the code word?
The code word is innovate, because we innovate
all the time, every day.
Also, you guys, make sure that you are sharing this. We've said it before, and I'll say it again. The best way and the way to get the most points and maximize your potential entries into this contest is sharing. Share with people. Every time someone signs up, you will get a point. So I'm already seeing people going wild with the sharing, but do it. It's incredible. It's could be $10,000. So just share. You'll get the most points. Keep doing attending all of our lives, and I'm getting a phone call. That's distracting. And join us for our next live on Friday. We are going to talk about smart strategies for med spa owners to grow in 2025. You don't want to miss it. Thank you guys so much.
High five. Number three.